Hi. So thanks for joining us on this Wednesday evening. Hi Aksha. Hi Chewy. Hi Ritu. How's it going? So, you know we're here. I'm going to share the screen and some music with someone quite special. She just says she has to pee. This is wonderful. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is just chat some nonsense to you until she's ready to chat. Hi Adri. Hi Ninda. Well, sorry, Ninad. Sorry, I got that wrong. So in a few minutes, or a few seconds, or some time, let's say, because we are, of course, South Asian. And I think some time is a good catch-all term, right? Anoushka Shankar will be joining us. And we're going to have a bit of a chat. So this isn't a typical interview, right? Hi. This is lovely. Everyone on Instagram Live just saying hello. That's the ninja. How's it going? Thank you all for jumping in on this. This is pretty cool. So yes, as soon as Anoushka's ready, she's going to jump on and join this feed. I'm going to figure out if I can, like, not do the side mouth thing. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Hang on, she says I'm not live. Hi, Satnam. I'm just going to send her a video of this. I'm literally going to send her a video of this right now via WhatsApp to say I am live. Dude, I'm totally live. Where are you? Come on. There you go. Ah, here we go. Anoushka's really technically minded, like she's proper spot on with this.
Sorry, I didn't see
Hello.
you. Hi.
Hang on, I can't hear you. Oh, hang on a second, I'm going to get my other headphones in. Can everyone on Instagram hear Anoushka talking?
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, can you hear me? Someone say
I can hear you.
something.
Hi.
Yes?
I can hear you. Can everyone else hear Anoushka and myself?
Thumbs up from anyone? Or a yes?
Or yes, yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Colston. Cool. Okay, we're here.
Excellent. Oh, this is work. This is a proper hack.
It's work.
I'm quite impressed. I know.
Nice one.
I'm impressed.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell me about
Hey,
yourself.
Nitin. Nitin's just popped up.
Hi,
Hello.
Nathan. Hi, Mom.
Tell me about your mom's joining.
Hi, Arthur. Now I have to behave myself.
Nay. Oh, Sagna's joined as well. Excellent.
Hi,
Okay,
Sagna. Awesome. Hi, Aksha.
Yeah.
Thanks for that hookup.
Well, Aksha's hook up. How so? What have I done?
I don't know, but you just went robotic.
Okay. But what did I hook up?
You introduced me to Aksha Serene, and she might be doing my next tattoo, which is really
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for doing this. Tell me
Hi,
about
Neeraj.
yourself, Anoushka.
Oh, God. What do you want to know that you don't know, Nerm?
I don't know. Well, look, should we talk about okay, so let's start an introduction. So this is basically me talking to my mate, who happens to be Anoushka, and her talking to me, who happens to be me. And we're just going to have a chat, and, you know, it's lovely seeing everyone jump in. So let's have a chat about your new EP, and then we can throw it out to see, you know, who else wants to say anything about anything.
Anything about anything.
Yeah, we can keep it nice and friendly and all of that.
Cool.
Someone's just said spilleth the tea.
Spilleth the tea. I've got tea, and I'm not going to spill it.
I can't reach my beverage because I'm stuck to this
That
console.
is so unlike you.
Wait.
I can't imagine Nerm not at arm's reach of a beverage.
Hang on.
Evie, yes, you can ask questions, but I think he's got questions he wants to ask me first, or we can take questions now. I don't know. Evie.
Dude, well, however you want to roll.
All right, well, so, I'll just interrupt you whenever I see an interesting question.
Absolutely.
But otherwise...
I'm going to put your record on in the background.
Cool.
Just so there's stuff to hear.
Which one? The new one?
No, the old one, Land of Gold.
Nice.
Because I think we can get into talking about your new one a little bit later, or do you want to start with that? You decide. You tell me.
Do the one you've got on right now. And Nitin, thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. I've been meaning to call you for a few days. In fact, I was supposed to call you on Monday, wasn't I? Sorry. But I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Nerm? Nitin wants to know.
I'm good. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I'm very well. I think all this lockdown stuff has actually been quite productive. Hence, we're coming up with new ideas and doing this. So this is pretty cool.
Evie wants to know who's the best dancer between you and me. I'm going to go with me. Yeah.
Clearly you.
Yeah, I think we agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean, apart from my busted leg, that's part of it.
I think even when you don't have a busted leg, I'm going to say I'm a better dancer than you
I'm
are.
just a pants dancer on the regs. Thanks, love. I really appreciate that vote of confidence. Thank you for checking out my moves and just calling me rubbish. Cheers. That's awesome. So I'm going to sort of add some structure to this, right? So I'm going to go in. Your new album, right? Your new album is pretty amazing, and the response across the world, particularly from female friends of mine, has been out of this world. And in fact, the messages coming up now are all talking about this track, Bright Eyes. Everyone, like, it resonated somehow with absolutely everybody across the world. Tell us about the zenith of Bright Eyes. Not the zenith, the creation.
The genesis of Bright Eyes? Is that
the
what
genesis?
you're looking for?
That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you for filling in my blanks.
Always happy to fill in your blanks, Nerm. So the genesis of Bright Eyes. I find it really hard to talk when the other song is on in the background because I'm like, ooh.
Should I turn that down?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
So the genesis of Bright Eyes. I was working on this EP, Love Letters, with my really close friend, amazing musician, Olive Lenz, who I first worked with on the album you're playing right now, Land of Gold. She sang the title song, Land of Gold. And someone just made Your Mom joke, and I love them. I didn't see who it was, but yeah, so she was working with me on Love Letters, and I had obviously recently had a breakup because all the songs on Love Letters are breakup songs. And she was, one of many women who were coming over and kind of having tea, hanging out, talking. And she was an amazing producer to work with. She produced Love Letters because she kept reminding me to just keep it raw, like keep it really simple. So, the lyrics for Bright Eyes are something I wrote in my journal late one night. And left to my own devices, I probably would have had a second draft, third draft, fourth draft, tried to make them cleverer or more poetic, more imagery. Do you know what I mean? But working with her gave me the confidence to leave things just in their original raw state. And I think that's what really spoke to people, is the fact that it's really, really raw. It's not written from like a year later when it was finally released. It's written in that zone. And I think that's what worked, maybe.
I think we've had this conversation before, is like capturing a snapshot of your mindset at that point in time is quite critical. Mm-hmm. But sorry, you were going to say.
Because I think, I was just going to say it was Nikesh that made the Your Mom joke. So I love him a little bit more than I used to. But
have you met him before?
Yeah, a couple of times. So yeah, what was I going to say? It's about, like, I think for me, I really like working on songs in layers. I've found that that's a way to get a little bit of space and to kind of let a song breathe and grow. And then by the time I finally record it, I just know it really well and it's in me a little bit more than if it's like that first day you've written it or whatever. But within that, coming back to Olive, and like whenever we'd go back to a song months later, I'd want to almost polish it a little bit more and like add more clever lines or play things more. And like something about Love Letters in the context of the songs and working with a woman, working with her just in a really chilled out way, no other engineers in the room most of the time. So just really, really relaxed. It just was about keeping it simple. Just keep it really simple, like not try to be clever, just try and be honest. So even like this guitar you're hearing right now, I kind of just wanted it to feel like I was in the room with whoever's listening to it. And that it's just really right there and simple.
You know what? That's probably why this album speaks so much to people, because you hear it and it just like it's like a stab right into your heart, like a direct sort of just like.
Sorry.
And then you get the note and wiggle it about a bit. You're like, you bastard! I'm in so much, but also in a really empowering way. So that rawness, you've just captured it perfectly, and it's just amazing. And there's a question here. What do you mean I am lovable in the song?
So
am I lovable or I am lovable?
So the song Lovable starts with the lyrics, am I like, how do they start? Jesus. Like it's basically like this kind of raw feeling
Should I
when
play
you've
it?
just been
Should I
broken
play it
up.
to remind
Sure,
you?
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you've just had a breakup,
Oh,
I think like sometimes being in a relationship for an extended period of time, it can become so much a part of your identity, just like so many other things can, you know, like I am Indian, I am a Londoner, I am a woman, I am left-handed, I am liberal, I am a mother, I am a wife, you know, and they all become kind of parts of the identity that we associate with. And when something that's really fundamental gets removed suddenly, it can be quite jarring to like how you think of yourself. And I think something about breakups, you know, you kind of, that person can start to become too much a source of your self-esteem or your self-worth in a way. It's like, this person thinks I'm amazing, this person loves me, this person thinks I'm beautiful and desires me, you know. And so having that taken away, suddenly it's like, oh, am I not desirable enough? Am I not enough? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not nice enough? You know, it basically, am I not enough was what the song Lovable is about. You know, it's like, was I not good enough? Am I not enough? And so the song turns in the middle and moves into more of that feeling of like, I am enough, I am lovable. And so that's why that repetitive chant happens, where Lisa and Naomi from Abbey just take it to this amazing place and just say, I am lovable. And yes, I'm left-handed.
Yeah, I was going to say, it freaked me out because the first time I saw you write, I was like, huh? And then I'm like, do you have to hold the sitar the other way around like a guitar?
So basically, my lovely parents took about 3 years of teaching me right-handed sitar before they kind of went, oh, you're left-handed. Do you want to play a left-handed sitar? You know?
Are you ambidextrous? Are your fingers well good?
Well,
I mean, their fingers are good, but yeah.
My fingers are well good. Yes, thank you, Nerm. I play right-handed sitar. I wasn't going to stop and start over again, you know, a few years in. But obviously, with instruments, you use both hands. So I didn't really get it. But I guess I think like people get more power and more strength usually in their dominant hand, and I think maybe there is something to it because I'm known for my left hand. Like I'm known for my speed and clarity with melody and with like the fretwork. Whereas personally, I've always struggled a little bit more to kind of get to that strength. So maybe that's what it is. But I just worked at that the way other people maybe have to work on the left hand stuff. So
that's kind of nuts because that explains how you can shred so quickly on the fret. Because I'm
well,
like,
it's not just because I'm left-handed, but
I mean, let's put genetics and left-handedness aside. You're quite talented and skilled and practiced as well, and you do practice, which is kind of
I do. I'm a bit more of a grown-up about my practice finally,
which is nice. And also, just pulling it back a little bit about Lovable.
My mom's making comments in this interview. It's really funny.
What did she say?
She said, yep, your dad always said you had the best left hand, and that's really sweet and lovely.
Do you know what? I've always noticed, is it your left foot or your right foot that keeps time?
Both at this point, but when I'm sitting in the traditional position, it's my right foot.
Yeah.
My right foot.
Okay. So
my band calls it the metro foot.
Like a metronome that keeps time, but it's your foot that keeps time. But you know, the interesting thing about Lovable is that you sung on it, right? Which shocked me as well. I was just like, and equally, your voice, your speaking voice, is quite deep. You have quite a rich tone to your voice, and then on Lovable, you sound so like high and pure and like, and forgive me for saying this, but like a little girl, like really innocent and like, and that's what makes I think it sounds so heartbreaking because you sound so like. In fact, I'm gonna play it. I don't care. Hang on. I'm gonna play it.
Well, Nitin will attest to this because when we were working on Traces of You. I think I tried singing a couple of songs, or I tried at least singing a reference. Yeah. And it's something I've kind of gone to. I did it with Kirsch and Gaurav as well on Breathing Underwater. Like I was trying out Burn, for example. And hey, Natalia. My voice, you know, I'm not a singer. I have a real head voice. It's not trained, and it's kind of, to me, sounds very nasal and but in context of Lovable, just coming back again and again to like how raw these songs are, like the lyrics are about like, am I still beautiful if you don't see me? Am I still wonderful if you don't want me? So it's okay to be really small and raw, you know, on words like that. So I felt like my non-singing voice could be okay in this context.
And indeed, it didn't matter because it was perfect for it. I'm going to just play it so people could hear what we're talking about, right? And this is really weird because as a drum and bass DJ, hang on, I stopped it. I'm used to keeping a record on hold to cue it, and this is the first time I've done this with like anything that isn't like a dance record. So Here's your voice.
Beautiful, if you don't see me. Wonderful, if you
It's so sweet.
am I lovable?
Hey, Priya.
Am I lovable?
That is just incredible. I can't believe you did that.
You know what? I think
Lovable.
on a technical side, again, when I'm saying I'm a
Yeah.
non-singer, I'm a musician, so I have a good ear. I can hear a tune really well. But
No,
I'm
really?
not. But I'm not a trained singer. So what worked on this song was to sing really, really softly. So like literally, the mic is like right here, and I'm whisper singing. So you don't hear my kind of non-trained voice get nasal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good trick as well. If you don't want to sing out, you know, like in a studio, you can really sing in and it's okay. I think it would be pretty different live, but yeah.
I mean, that was interesting. The live tour for Love Letters, the Love Letters tour,
Aw,
was
Nitin.
awesome. And look at Nitin being really cute.
Aw, you're being
are
so
a singer.
sweet.
Oh, so sweet.
I feel like he's here with us.
No, I really. This is. You know what? I think in this isolation, it's
Yeah.
quite nice being close to people across this medium. It's quite nice. Hi, Zenobia. So yeah, it's lovely. But back, I mean, like absolutely. I think your voice is just perfect on this track. I think it's totally right. You are a singer. It's lovely.
Thank
It's just
you.
awesome. Yeah, and equally, so going back to the tour, you had another vocalist on this track when you were singing it live.
We had 3 vocalists on this track singing it live. Yeah, we had the amazing Nikki Wells, we had
Yes.
Olive Lenz, and Nina Harris, who I discovered last year in Akram Khan's dance show, Xenos, and she was playing upright bass and singing. And I mean, the 3 of them together, their voices all just kind of, it was a really lucky one. I kind of thought I wanted all 3 of them in this band, and they just worked together so well. So that was really nice.
Yeah, totally. And on a complete nerdy tip, I know I've said this to you many, many times, but Prasanna, who you work with, is an amazing percussionist.
Yeah.
And there's a point in this track live where there's like 3 hats in between instead of 4. This is so nerdy. I'm going to stop this, but I'm just still in awe of Prasanna's percussive talents and keeping time. And
oh, he was not happy with me about making him do this, because it's like, it's the kind of thing that you do in the studio once and then you leave it and it sounds really offbeat and interesting, and to play it live is actually like really hard to hold it down
it's
solid.
so hard.
It's really hard. And like,
so
I've never done a
impressed, yeah.
show with click, for example. I'm not saying I never would, and I'm not saying I'm against it, but just I've come from such an acoustic live place that even when I do really electronic sounding shows, I want that feeling of being able to play live and ebb and flow, and you know, so it's not to click. And like, he held it down. He was amazing. He was so
incredible. Good. Well, I mean, there is one show you've done with a click. Hi,
Monica.
Hi. There's one show you've done with a click.
Oh God,
which
correct me.
Which I'll come back to.
Oh yeah, okay. I've never seen it. There's one show I've done to click,
I'm gonna
but
come
for a
back
very
to that.
specific reason.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna cut. But there's a good transitional point here, which is that someone also mentioned about sort of performing live and things. There was a comment that whizzed past, but it's talking about working with your sister, because you also mentioned Traces of You and things like that, and that neatly ties in with the whole thing with your dad's centenary this year and what was going to happen and stuff. And obviously, that's do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, it's a little. It almost feels weird to say I feel sad about something personal now, because it's in such a broader context of what's going on for all of us in the world right now, you know? But the fact remains is, like, a lot of musicians have had a lot of work get cancelled right now. And the shows that were going to happen now were not like any of the other shows that I tour for 2 years or I get to do again and again. Like on April 7th coming up is going to be my late father's 100th birthday, which is insane. Like the idea that it's his 100th birthday is mental, you know. And so my family, including my mom, my sister, many of my father's students, many people who knew and loved him around the world have been a part of putting together these centenary concerts that were going to happen around the world. And for the most part, they're not happening. Either that's official in some cities it's not official yet. So I can't quite say we're canceled. We're waiting to see what happens. But on the whole, you know, things aren't happening now live, you know. So so these shows aren't happening. So I don't know what to say about that other than
which kind of sucks.
It's the right thing to do right now. Obviously, we don't want a bunch of people in auditoriums sitting right next to each other. But I really look forward to like rescheduling them, and we're kind of in process of looking at dates and things like that now. The lovely, amazing Nitin who's here was going to be in the show in London, and as he just said, we're going to come up with some other ideas. So yeah, we'll find some other ways maybe to mark the day on a personal and on a musical public way, and put the shows on another time. They were gonna be so good. I've been working so hard to put these shows together. I've been down the rabbit hole of notating, and do you know how hard it is to notate for 20 Indian musicians, a really intricate 10-minute piece? Nitin, do you know anyone that's coming up with Indian notation programs? Because I am doing this shit manually, every freaking note manually, and it is. That's
old school, man. That means it's proper. There's no automation, bro.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God.
You get your pen and write it down.
Yeah, but I want an Indian Sibelius,
there's got to be one, surely. Isn't
well, if not
somebody
somebody tag this, somebody do something, make it. Yeah, someone.
An Indian
I'm sure it's
classical
happening.
notation thing.
Yeah, there's got to be.
So yeah, I mean that all boils down to the track that you did with Nora, which was Traces of You. Which was...
So the album that Nitin produced, Traces of You, features Nora on 3 songs: Traces of You, The Sun Won't Set, and Unsaid. And yeah, it was and she also sang on a song on Breathing Underwater called Easy, which was the first time we wrote together. But it was a bit more elaborate on Traces of You. I think it was a pretty ambitious record with a lot of different sounds, a lot of different instruments, vibes, genre. So we kind of decided to have one singer and have it be Nora, and so she featured on the 3 songs with vocals, which is so nice. It was nice to get to work with your sister.
Exactly, and it would have made sense for the anniversary as well, the centenary, to have Nora sing with you. So the question that did was passed is, are you guys going to work together again? I reckon you probably will. But
we will. I mean, as and when we reschedule these shows will be exciting, because it's the first time that we will be on stage live together, which hasn't happened before. And I'm sure we'll work together on, we're chatting about something at the moment too. It will be likely. Over the years, I'm sure that'll keep happening.
And I noticed she's completely ripped off your haircut.
She has. Yes, she has. But it looks very good on her, and that's fine.
Think about sibling curly hair rivalry. It's yo. And
you know what?
Big shouts out to
Purna, because she has the same haircut too. So I don't know, Purna and me, it's debatable who copied whom. I sort of copied her, but then I changed it, and then she changed it, so I don't know. But she'll be happy we are talking about hair right now.
Exactly.
I cut my boy's hair, and I paid a lot of money last year for a haircut that I was really happy with, that first fringe cut. And then I basically looked down and realized I was cutting my own son's hair effectively the same
way.
Yeah, kind of.
But yeah, so go.
Who's having a rough one?
Is there a question?
Monica, I love you. I'm sorry you're having a rough one. But it's really, really good to see you guys. And Justdeep, yes, please, Indian notation software. Thank you. Sister Susanna, that's not the first time that question came up. Funny you should ask about Sister Susanna. What do I say about that one?
I wasn't going to say anything.
At the moment, it's a probably only for live song, but we're determined to do a version of it that at some point, because I know anyone that's been at one of the Love Letter shows has said that Sister Susanna is one of the strongest songs, if not the strongest song. So yeah, I'll get my act together and figure out a version of that to record soon.
And there's a question from Chelsea Brooks saying, how many notes are in the Indian scale?
So the kind of simple scale is the same as a Western scale, in the sense that it has the same interval, 12 semitone scale. Even though it's not a tempered scale, so some of the microtones are slightly different. But also we employ within the raga system more microtones and quarter notes and tones. But we use them in a very subtle way. It's not like we would just go and hit a random quarter note. So depending on the raga and the character, we might employ microtones and quarter tones in certain ways. But the kind of standard basic scale is the same.
Yeah. But then how would notation software track the semitone? This is a nerdy question. We'll talk about this afterwards.
Yeah.
I was going to get proper deep and nerdy.
Yeah,
wonder
no,
how
that
it's gonna
gets
go.
hard. I mean, it's not a written down music traditionally. So it's
Yeah.
like even the written down music that we do use for stuff like so far it's more for context. It's like if you're going to play a show with a bunch of musicians and play some recorded music, it needs to be notated so people can access and communicate. So I'll, label the notation and go, we're going to play section C, we're going to play this line, and it's easy to communicate, but ultimately you wouldn't see a bunch of musicians sitting and reading the paper. It would be absorbed and memorized and then played.
And you'd go with the flow, basically. You'd kind of
Because
adjust.
traditionally it would all happen by ear. I mean, it's an oral tradition. You learn by ear, you follow your guru, your teacher, you learn through memorization, osmosis, and then ultimately improvisation. So, the writing is more for certain contexts.
And this sort of feeds right the way back around to the one show you did with a click track, which is the soundtrack to Shiraz.
Yeah.
Which was, go on, you go ahead.
Well, Shiraz was amazing to get to do. It's a film from 1927. It was one of the first 3 films ever made in India. And it's a silent film, obviously, from the 20s. But the BFI, the British Film Institute, did I'm blanking on the word right now. What's the word when you take a film and make it nice again? No.
Oh, restoration.
Thank you. Yeah, I was like resurrection.
They resurrected it.
They resurrected it. Yeah, it rose from the dead.
Some like voodoo. Yes.
Yeah, that stuff. But they worked their magic on it, and then I got to compose a score for it, and that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. But yeah, it was like quite a thing to do. And then what they always do with their annual restorations is have a gala performance. So I always knew from the time of composing it, we were going to put it live as well. And I, like an idiot, wrote the same kind of really intricate, detailed rhythmic music that I write for my normal stuff. But then we had to play it perfectly in sync with the film. So yes, that was the one time I worked with a click.
Yeah, and also that, I mean, you can watch that online right now, right? At the BFI.
The BFI player, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're kind of stuck in quarantine and want something to watch and to see this weird alchemy of 1920s black and white cinema in India, with Anoushka doing stuff to a click, that's the one.
That's a weird way to sell it, but yeah. Thanks.
So there's a really interesting question. I just noticed a question mark button next to our screen. And someone said, has COVID-19 sparked any creativity?
No. I mean, you and I were just talking about that earlier. But for me, I almost went into a state of anxiety because I went into a state of anxiety anyway, around everything that's happening.
Because everyone is, yes.
Because everyone is. It's like the new normal. I'm not anxious today. I haven't been for the last few days, actually. But what was I going to say? But basically, Instagram made me anxious because it was like, it felt like half or most of the musicians I knew were suddenly amazingly putting out this work, and already kind of like connecting and doing these sort of shared live feeds of playing together or sharing music. And I found that so beautiful and it feels so important. But I almost already felt like I was on the back foot. I've been going, oh my God, I'm not doing well enough as a musician. I'm not connecting through this crisis and sharing with people. I'm not supporting people as a musician. I'm not, but actually I kind of had to breathe through that a little bit and go everything in its time. And there's so many people doing that already right now. And it's beautiful and it's amazing. For me, I am sort of, there's a part of me that is looking forward to some periods of time of being able to be here, be home, right, and what will come of that, I think will be, I hope it will be creative and something beautiful will come of that. But first things first, and I'm a single mom with 2 kids. And whereas I would love to be sitting and putting out loads of clever, wonderful music videos, I'm trying to teach my kids their schoolwork that I don't even understand. And,
I mean, to be fair, you've also done that already. Do you know what I mean? You've got some clever music videos out there. Because like I said, the last EP is pretty badass in a whole other kind of heartbreaking, cut you open, but yet in a punk way, which I kind of appreciate. It's lovely. Yeah. It's it's this tearing heartbreak. It's a positive heartbreak. But yeah, I mean, I think there's been a lot of reaction to this whole COVID-19 thing. And actually one thing that's fascinating. So Pavan and I were talking, a dear friend of ours who's a rapper, and he's sort of trying to get online algorithms to make, he's trying to get Facebook to drop their paid algorithm so that artists can connect with their fans directly, instead of having to pay to reach them. So there's a whole petition about that.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and also we're doing this, which is a whole other thing that I don't think we'd do if it wasn't for this crisis.
Yeah.
So I think there's lots of auxiliary stuff happening, or ancillary stuff happening that, you know, is quite nice. And one message that I got was incredible about like the fact that, you know, I guess there's a distraction there. There's stuff that you can get on and listen to just to sort of take your mind off of that is quite sweet, you know, that for a lot of people, as you can see. Look at the comments, it's crazy. It's really lovely.
I mean, they actually froze for me for like 2 minutes. So suddenly I'm like, whoa. Hi guys.
I got that too. It came to life.
Yeah,
and
it just did that too. Whoa. Yeah, exactly. I
mean, someone just said, sorry, you go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm doing well, right? Yeah, I'm doing well. Weird. That can't happen right now. Can you hear me? Oh no. Can you hear me? I can't hear you anymore. But I'm seeing comments. Nerm. Wave at me if you.
Hi guys, I'm just messaging Anoushka to try and join us again. 1 second. I think it was glitching out quite heavily, hopefully because of traffic, you know what I'm saying. Let me message her. Here we go. Oh no!
Lying in your bed. Does she feel young?
She just declined. 1 second. Here we go.
Does she feel young than me?
Nearly there. Easy, Pavan. How's it going, bruv? Hi.
I did not decline.
Hi. You totally declined my chat. It's like, I mean, it's like I'm some sort of stalker from Facebook, like friendship, please.
Yeah, my phone was grounding me and said I'd been talking to you for too long, I guess, and cut us off.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, how long has it been? Instagram has a 35-minute limit. Yeah. Do you have to go
maybe that's what it was. I'm okay till 10, 15 minutes more or whatever, but I don't have the scroll of all the previous comments anymore now to look at questions and things. So if there were some, you know, hi Nikki, hi Pavan, hi whoever's there.
That's no problem. So if anyone wants to drop a question in right now, now's the...
Should we say 5 questions? We'll take 5 questions.
Yeah. Well, now's the time, because if the scroll's
something about taking drink song. Please release the talking drinking song.
A big mirror.
Oh yeah, that song is called Opening, Flowering, Drinking. And I will definitely be releasing that. Yes. It's like the kind of happy one near the end of the Love Letters set. Do you remember that?
That is a great song. That's the hopeful one at the end, right?
But anyway, it's really nice. I really like it. It's the one that starts with us all clapping on our laps, like clapping our hands. Yeah. Yeah. Is it all glitchy for you, by the way?
Yeah. Has your Wi-Fi signal cut out? Because you're glitching.
My Wi-Fi is crap. I actually went off Wi-Fi to try data. I'm sorry, people. I'm going to try see if this is better. Any better?
That is better. That's loads better.
Okay. Yeah. I thought that was why I got kicked off, not the 30-minute thing. So anyway, we're here.
No. Yeah, it's good. It's good. So Mahesh is asking, is there going to be a documentary made on you?
On me? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That'd be nice, I guess. My grandiose side loves the idea of a documentary that talks about how wonderful I am and all.
Otherwise, there's this.
That'd be great. Do you make a documentary and then do you get to stop doing interviews?
Otherwise, this will have to do. I'm so sorry.
People your documentary. No.
Nah, you'd have the same chat. Someone just said there should be. That's really funny. There's proper jokes. But yeah, right, guys. Yeah. So we've got around about 10 minutes left with Anoushka. So if you've got a question, apart from you're playing.
I like that question. You know what? It's funny, as a woman, as a girl, my first response to that question is straight away, oh my God, say no, smile and shrug and say, no, 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 like, don't, you know. And I think that's something that, like, recent times I've been trying to, like, just put that belief that I have to play myself down away a little bit and just be comfortable just being in who I am. And that is in all range of like small young girl singing Lovable to like, yes, I do feel like a goddess sometimes when I'm playing, you know, like when we're on stage and it's really connected between myself and the other musicians and the audience is really connected as well. I don't feel like a goddess in that yeah, fuck yeah. I do actually. There's just something incredibly connected and primal and present. It's like something really amazing and empowered. Yeah.
So the answer is yes, you do.
The simple answer is yes. Hi, Nikki. God, I'm so behind on the comments. Jesus.
So there's been a few questions back to back about those words. Can you share the meaning behind those words?
So the song Those Words started as a duet between myself and Ayana Witter Johnson, who's an amazing, amazing cellist. If you don't know her work, you should check it out. She sings and plays the cello, writes music. She's amazing. And she came over one day and cooked me Jamaican food and brought her cello, and we went downstairs and wrote a song. It was like amazing, amazing afternoon of this, you know, this melody came out of that afternoon. And I love the sound of the cello and sitar, by the way. I just think they're so nice together. But then it felt like in the context of Love Letters, everything else bar this song had very focused vocals. They were all lyrical songs. And so then I really wanted a voice on this song as well. And I'd met Shilpa Rao a little bit before and really loved her voice and just thought, you know, that it would be really nice to get her on it and give that a try. And I wrote some words first, a poem, and then had that translated into Punjabi by a woman called Shirin Amandita. And then Shilpa sang that really, really beautifully. Is it my Wi-Fi again that's sucking? I'm sorry. I can't hear you anymore. Can you hear me?
Hello again. Thanks for joining us. We got boosted from that last one. Anoushka's blaming her Wi-Fi because her Wi-Fi is well dodgy. Yeah. Is she here? Is she here? She's coming.
Really don't want dodgy Wi-Fi right now when it's like your only way to see people, right? You're like, no. Don't make my Wi-Fi bad, please. I need to see like 10 people on my screen at all time.
Listen, you're brown. You must have IT support on call, bruv. Come on. And it can't just be me to be your IT support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're too far away right now.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm also like
help from afar, please.
A billion other people's IT support.
All right, sorry. So basically, we should probably wrap
Let's
this up
wrap
in
up
case
we
the
get
thing keeps
booted
dodgy.
again.
So, like, last couple questions in case
You know what I
anyone's
mean?
got anything.
So,
Hi, Alam. Amazing.
yeah. So quick.
Sorry if we
Everyone
didn't get to your
hello,
questions
hello.
before, but I can't see them anymore. What's your favorite composition of your father? Hello, Nina. My favorite composition of my father, there's a couple. One is Shanti Mantra from an album called Inside the Kremlin from the 80s, which is, I think, one of the most peaceful, transcendent pieces of music ever written. It's just so beautiful when I need that. Yeah, I mean, there's so many others. I can't even begin. It depends on the mood. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Shanti Mantra. No prayer for peace, obviously. Yeah? I can't hear you. There you are. You are talking. Yeah.
Lovely. And there's another. Hello again. Thanks for joining us. We got boosted from that last one. Anoushka's blaming her Wi-Fi because her Wi-Fi is well dodgy. Yeah. Is she here? She's coming.
Really don't want dodgy Wi-Fi right now when it's like your only way to see people, right? You're like, no. Don't make my Wi-Fi bad, please. I need to see like 10 people on my screen at all time.
Listen, you're brown. You must have IT support on call, bruv. Come on. And it can't just be me to be your IT support. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're too far away right now.
Exactly. But I'm also like a
Yeah, help from afar, please.
billion other people's IT support.
All right, sorry. So basically, we should probably wrap this up in case the thing keeps dodgy.
Again.
So, like, last couple questions in case anyone's got anything.
So,
hi, Alam. Amazing.
yeah. So quick.
Sorry if we didn't get to your questions before, but I can't see them anymore. What's your favorite composition of your father? Hello, Nina. My favorite composition of my father, there's a couple. One is Shanti Mantra from an album called Inside the Kremlin from the 80s, which is, I think, one of the most peaceful, transcendent pieces of music ever written. It's just so beautiful when I need that. Yeah, I mean, there's so many others. I can't even begin. It depends on the mood. But if I had to pick one, I'd say Shanti Mantra. No prayer for peace, obviously. Yeah? I can't hear you. There you are. You are talking. Yeah.
Lovely. And there's